Out of everything that pisses me off about this entire game, and this new era of games in general, there is one question that I have wondered about consistently for the past 5 years. And here's what it is. If you hate men so much that the entirety of the West has mobilized its forces within every medium of entertainment to force feed this very particular message to everyone, then why are you trying so hard to be in the same business as them? What's the point? If the military, and in this case, UNSC, is such a bad and evil thing, right? Including the chief himself. Because he's literally being painted as someone who's, oh yeah, this is the bad dude, you know, he's the wrongdoer. Then why the hell do you want to be a part of it or even be associated with it so badly in the first place? And let me guess, I think this is what they're trying to do. Okay? Because it's like, oh, I'm gonna get into the military and I'm gonna fix it myself by being an absolute degenerate front bumper dented looking Karen.
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your...
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me.
Shut the f***. Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're all well. So you might be wondering what I just showed you. Well, initially I intended to put a video out on last Saturday. But after I finished editing everything, generally I have a habit of watching the videos to see how things proceed and if I'm happy with it before publishing it. So what you just saw was a tiny montage of a video that I made ranting and venting about the state of games being made in the West, particularly the big franchises. But let's just say it was so explosive that I decided not to publish it. I think I've mentioned this before on some of my other videos that I don't really like to keep making videos just talking about the negative state of things. I also like to talk about the good stuff, which is exactly what we're doing today. If you'd like to see the other video, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to put it up. But today, we're going to talk about the good stuff, the badass stuff, unlike Halo Campaign Evolved. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Today, I want to talk about Space Marines 2. Honestly, in my opinion, this game is absolutely underrated. This game was my first entry into playing a Warhammer 40k game. And honestly, I did not expect to get hooked on it this badly. This game is so good that it made me go and buy the books, the figurines, and for the first time, I actually started painting figurines. I had never done that before. I used to see a lot of people get into these sorts of hobbies, but I never thought in a million years I'd be the one to enjoy them too. Mainly because the tabletop games always made me a bit confused, even though I had never seen something as cool as them. But playing the game and the sheer amount of fun I had with it made me so interested that not only I started reading the immense amount of lore that the Warhammer has in general, but also wanted to actively engage in learning how to play the tabletop games. The lore of Warhammer 40k was always so intriguing to me. And I'll be fair, because of how vast it is, just like One Piece, it felt intimidating to get into. But since the launch of the game was so well received, and I was having so much fun with it, I finally gave into that idea. And I started exploring the vast universe of its lore. I'll be honest, man, the books aside, the campaign itself was so refreshing. After years of getting horrific campaign modes from Call of Duty and experiencing the non-existent side of a campaign from Battlefield, this was like a fresh breath of air. It felt like I was back in 2013 when campaign modes were still something to behold. But you know what I like the best about this game? I've mentioned this before. Just like with Battlefield 4 or even the older games, there was no battle pass. No bullshit monetization. Everything was in the game from day one, from when you purchased it, and you just put the disc in, start playing, and through sheer gameplay you would unlock everything. This game is exactly the same way. Everything is provided to you. There is no monetization. You just play, level up your guns and your characters, and unlock perks to buff them up and climb the ladder of difficulty. Of course, the Season Pass exists in this game, which is also a form of monetization, I understand, but in a world of live service games where when you open any of them and load into the game, you get instantly slapped in the face with their shop and what they're selling today, and how egregious the amounts of real money you have to spend to get in-game credits to buy the stuff they've put in there, this was just different. And honestly, it hit home with me. And I was amazed that they actually went this route when everybody else would do differently. They would want to do everything that everybody else is doing, load up the game full of monetization, and just cash it in. But I'm glad that they didn't take it that way. These guys put everything in the game. They gave us missions and objectives to complete and earn rewards, which then you would acquire different in-game currencies that you could spend to buy the items that you wanted using said in-game currency. There's no real money involved outside of buying season passes to unlock new factions. Honestly, you guys don't know how much this game means to me, how much it has made me happy. It felt like finally someone is listening to me and did what others won't do and made a game and put everything in it, and it was like, okay, there you go, there you have it. You got your guns, you got your characters, you got your rewards. All you have to do is just grind it out. Just level up. Just play the game. Simple as that. For some time, I got busy with Marvel Rivals, and after seeing how the game is being treated for nothing but money, I left it. Which is funny because we used to get skins every other week, and the game was somewhat balanced. And now it's skins every other day. And the game has serious algorithmic matchmaking issues. And it feels like there's more focus on how to make money than actually improving the experience that the game provides. Coming back to Space Marines 2 and discovering there are new modes like Siege and Stratagem, I talked to my buddy and convinced him to finally get the game. Against his own opinion that he would end up not playing it for the long run, he actually admitted he was having fun and he was mistaken. After 2 rounds on Siege mode, he was sold, just like me. And I think that's what matters. Games are supposed to make that certain impact, that certain impression that makes someone rethink their decision. That, yeah, maybe I won't like this game or this genre in particular, but let me give it a try. And in giving it a try, they end up changing their minds. And then evidently leading them to explore even more about the game by getting into the books and the other mediums that that particular franchise provides. That's what happened with me, with The Witcher. I had never played Witcher 1 or 2, so my first entry, my first experience ever with a Witcher game was Witcher 3. After finishing the game, I was so excited to find out that the games are actually based on books. And one day, on my way back from school, I got myself a copy of the first volume. Same thing happened with Warhammer 40k. The more I played the game and the more fun I had with it, the more I got interested to find out what else happened, in the lore. What else is not in this game, and I can, read about it. So I went to the local Warhammer store that we have here, and by the time it was done, I ended up walking out the store with a book about Custodes and 2 miniature sets. I have mentioned this before in one of my other videos that the older I'm getting, the more I find myself being attracted to the older games, particularly single-player ones. But honestly, the last time me and my buddy had this much fun playing a live service game that we didn't actually have to worry about spending real money in it, and it was just grinding the game and completing one mission after another, was Battlefield Hardline, which is also another very underrated title. I remember we went so far in that game that we had unlocked every gun's syndicate, which was quite difficult to do, but because we had so much fun with it, that was the only incentive we needed to basically for the game to bring us back to it every day. And now playing Space Marines 2 and having a similar experience was a reminder of those cherished moments. They obviously used the old recipe to make this game, and what I like more about it is that there is a sense of simplicity in the game. This new generation of gunplay just looks like an amalgamation of brain-rotted, twitchy, constant hopping, strafing, hitting the wall, and bouncing movements. This ADHD roided-up Titanfall way of gunplay and gameplay in general that makes your head spin by the end of the match. Meanwhile, the old COD and Battlefield games, and now this one, Space Marines 2, don't operate like that. You just plant your feet into the ground and fight, which is simple. And I'll be honest, I think we need more games like this that generate that same sense of simplicity and sheer fun. That's about it for this video. Just thought since I've been having so much fun with the game and enjoying it, I think it was overdue to show it some love. Maybe this will interest others to, play it as well. I don't know. I hope it does. Anyways, as always, I thank you for listening to me. I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace be with you.